Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Skald. In the last episode, we finally ventured away from the coast where we had been washed ashore. We bumped into Roland, who also survived as he was defeating several of those strange mutated crustaceans, and we encountered groups of cultists, which we were able to defeat. We found an amazing weapon, which our protagonist Trimus is now using, and eventually made our way to the lighthouse that we had seen, or that we saw when we left the area. Here, there is someone holed up inside the top of it, who wishes for us to go down below the lighthouse and investigate what happened to a colleague of his, Caspar, or what had tempted him to kill himself. Caspar apparently threw himself from the top of the lighthouse. We found a journal that indicated that he had instead gone down below in order to attempt to find this dagger that was calling out to him. We also bumped into a adventurer or mercenary outside the lighthouse proper who was looking for the treasure of the Santa Fury, a ship which was supposedly located somewhere by the lighthouse. And while the ship was not to be found in what you would expect, an actual vessel, we found a painting labeled the Santa Fury with a poem on the back which hints as to buried treasure somewhere within the lighthouse's vicinity. So on this map, basically. Maybe we'll find it. I don't know. We'll give it a try. Now that sums up the last episode, viewers. Let's get started, shall we? So this is going to take us down below the lighthouse, down a floor, but the gentleman mentioned that the cave entrance is by the broken bridge. Let's go out to the cave entrance and enter that, and then maybe come back for that trapdoor. I'm gonna keep bumping into all sorts of rocks on the way out here. Alright, here we are. Let's see what's inside this cave. And we were being pretty heroic walking around with just a lantern lit. Just a lantern lit with our lantern lit earlier. But in a cave, I think we'll be stealthy again and poke about as we poke about down here. My goodness, I just can't speak. I should just stop. Right, those mushrooms are not for picking. More waterways here. And a more brightly lit area up ahead. And crabs. Spider crabs. Maybe we can get closer. These have not proven to be too difficult for us. Let's fight. You're busy sleeping, so we'll get the jump on them. Cat's up first, followed by two spiders, but they won't act, they'll just wake up. Then Trimus and Roland are acting. Okay, we'll stay like this, and let's start. Alright, cat's up first. Let's move her up. And we'll get a backstab on this one. If the enemy is unaware of you, it's a backstab. Not necessarily crit, but you do more damage with your backstabs. And Trimus is up next. Let's use Bear's Strength. And Roland can attack the crab down to the south, the bottom of the screen. Roland will probably kill this one. Can we crit and kill this one with Cat? We cannot. Let's have Trimus move up here and shift in front of Cat. Her armor is the weakest of all of our group so far, so I don't want her taking more damage than necessary. Let's use Second Wind on Roland, which will consume his movement, and then attack this one. Panicked it, injured its head. I'll delay with Cat at the moment. I took 6 damage from that freaking crab. Can we kill this one? No, but we can injure it. They have some decent armor on themselves, apparently. Good job, Roland. Cat, move down here and deal with this one. It's panicking, so that's a free backstab. By minor hands, that's all my actions. We can wait to do that until after the battle. And while this is not necessary, I do want to get used to using Imperial Litany as a free action, because it's plus will for the remainder of the battle. Cat won't be able to reach it this round. I don't feel like we need to use an arrow here. Good job, everyone. 3 more kite. Minor hands heals Trimus almost to full. We can proceed onward. Let's stick with the path at the moment, and we'll come back and explore the waterways later. You can move into them. They're not like a pit or something that you have to worry about avoiding. Oh, this poor guy's intestines is strewn all over the ground. Sprawled on the ground ahead of you lies the mangled body of a man. Stacked high against the walls behind the poor fellow are crates of goods, and you have a feeling you've stumbled upon a smuggler's hideout. One that has seen fairly recent use. It looks like this is safe for us to actually take out the lantern. He has a potion of acid immunity. And a smuggler's journal. I hate these jobs. Dropped off and told to guard the cargo until it can be collected. And whilst the bastards up in the northern cave are living the good life, I'm stuck in this hole. Sometimes think the Imperial dungeons would be preferable. We explored the cave today, found what appears to be an underwater tunnel in one of the dead ends. Bryn insisted we try to swim it, but I can think of no worse nightmare than being lost in the dark underwater. I told as much to him, and he got agitated, yelled something about dreaming of an ancient relic. I have no idea what he's on about. Oh, looks like the dagger was reaching out to multiple people. Golden dead! Bryn got attacked by a crab the size of a warhound today. Nearly took his leg off. Neither of us have seen anything like it before. We can only pray it was alone. Hope the ship won't be delayed much longer. Bryn is gone. I know in my heart he's gone to the underwater tunnel. Madness! Shapes are moving in the darkness now. No way out, and no one is coming for me. Light is fading. Mother... That's it. Poor guy. A sturdy chest. A very difficult chest. We cannot even pick the lock. We would need... a 12 doesn't beat 18. And a 12 in this game is not an auto success. And with a lower athletics score, or, sorry, just an equal athletics score, we can't. We need 2 more athletics to hope to put a point of damage on the chest. This is a really reinforced one. Nothing else here. Except for this secret door in the wall. Creeping through the narrow and cobweb-covered tunnel, it occurs to you that you're likely the first to use it in decades. It appears that neither the smugglers nor whoever lies on the other side of the tunnel knew of its existence. The wall ahead is no doubt another door, and you put your shoulder to it, expecting the massive slab of rock to be heavy. You're surprised to find it easily swings open, and you nearly stumble into the room ahead. It occurs to you that given the door's clever design, there would likely have been no way of finding this door from the other side. And that, viewer, is lab equipment. We'll be able to make potions using that. I guess we'll keep the lantern out and keep exploring this area. We can interact with this box. A cave child, 2 hound ears, and 3 legionnaires' rests. Let's see what potions we can make. So we know how to make a potion of fire resistance, but we don't have the ingredients necessary to do so. Sulfur. I remember in particular it wants sulfur, and we don't have what's required for that. So let's think. Let's start taking a peek at what we do have. A cave child is used in a lesser tonic of vitality and a potion of bless. Attunement tonics are for chitin. Acid resistance is the Emerald King. Cure poison, electric resistance. Cure disease, regeneration. Lesser vitality for hound ears. So we'll equip one of those. Lesser attunement tonics are for laughter cap. Legionnaire's rest goes into vitality tonics though. Let's put this one in. That's 3. It's likely to be what we need. Let's see if it is. And it was. Very good. And we made... I don't know how many of them we made. What's our crafting score? +1, +2, +1. So it should be cat that makes them if I want to make any more. Let's try one more. Made 1. So we failed the crafting roll. Okay, well, let's see what else we can make. Items that you put up here, by the way, puts all of them up here, and then you get it back at your inventory with exclamation marks. That annoys me. That annoys me. But it is the smallest thing ever, so I won't complain more about it. Cure poison? Sunmouths are used in that, and that's the only thing sunmouths are used in. Cure disease and potion of strength is star spawn. Lesser attunement and bless is sorrow eaters. Speed for Rotwold. Generation. Attunement and frenzy. Cure disease. It's the poison we're looking for. Here's cure poison. A fell bell can be used for that. Did any of these used in... Were any of these used in cure poison? No. So I don't think 2 is going to be enough. It is not. Potion of bless? I don't think we can make bless potions. I remember, I think, an ingredient we need from a creature. And I don't think we're going to get access to it anytime soon. Star eaters are used in that. No luck. Okay, then. Well, I would like to make more than just 2 vitality tonics. How about cure disease potions? Potion of speed, regeneration, frenzy, attunement. Glowmen are used in disease, cure diseases. Poison resistance. No, we only have 2 things, I think, right? That's correct. So that's a no. Lesser attunements, though, I think we can make. Might be able to make actually regeneration potions. Hold on. So, glowmen are needed, as are rock crawler insects. Some of this only cure poison, Tim. That's strength and something else. Bless. Legionnaire's rests are used in it. There we go. Let's make one more. I was hoping for 2 more. I was hoping for 2 more. Okay. And then how about lesser attunement tonics? So that was chitin. Laughter caps. And maybe we have the third thing we need for that? Sorrow eaters. There we go. Oh, nice. And I think we made 2 of those. Okay, so not bad for our first attempt at making a few potions. We've earned a few... We always could make the potions, but now we can more easily craft them because I can just click on something to put the ingredients up there in the future. And very quickly, viewer, I'm just going to pop this up. Yep, to get rid of all the exclamation marks. That's nice to know as well. I always thought I had to right-click on the things to get rid of the exclamation marks. All I have to do is pop up the inventory screen. And this leads us back up here, so we wouldn't have found this door there based on the text we had just read. I hear chanting up ahead? Uh-oh. That looks like something important. Let's avoid it. A giant spider web of some sort? We'll take a peek at it. I don't see any hostiles here. Stealth is still 100% as well. A normal a normal locked chest with the strength of the lock is a 10. Let's pick it. Good job, cat. 2 lesser vitality tonics. Creeping through the moldy lighthouse cellar, you round a corner and stop dead in your tracks. Rising up through the core of the tower is a grotesque-looking metallic monstrosity. The strangely organic shapes and odd geometry seem to writhe in the dim light, and a burnished silver coating casts a ghostly reflection on the walls. For all its alienness, you still recognize the arcane machinery, an ancient Imperial reticular node. You suspect this lighthouse was once fueled by reticular energy, and that this machine was part of its operation. The stillness and layer of dust, however, tell you that it's long since fallen into disrepair, and that the lighthouse is likely now fueled by common oil. As you stand there beholding the strange machine, you become aware of the scraping of tiny claws in the darkness, then chittering. As you reach for your weapon, the strange harmonics of the chittering converged. For a briefest of moments, you could have sworn you heard words formed. Half a dozen beasts launch at you from the dark corners of the room with fangs bared. Oh, and they're all going first. So we are getting diseased. Bunches of dire rats. Is there any way we can... No, there's no safe place for us to stand. These 2 can't reach us, but these 4 will. Alright, we're just gonna stand here then. And, see how well we do. Let's roll and move a bit. I can't move them up here. What we could do... No, I don't want to get... Well... Cat could go here. I could go here. I don't know why the flanked symbol is there. Oh, I was flanked between these 2. Now I'm not. Alright, let's start with this. Remember, we're making those fortitude checks to avoid being poisoned. Oh, everyone did. Alright, that's poisoned. Sorry, diseased. Cat, good luck. It didn't kill it. Oh, we missed. That's a shame. Oh, they're really trying to disease Trimus. Oh, and, what you call it, got diseased. I'm tempted to cast a bear strength. These things are pretty agile. +6 dodge. Yeah, we'll need a bear strength. With Cat's agility down, she's, I guess, struggling to hit. We're taking some big hits. Let's have second wind used. My goodness, Cat's been fighting that one rat the entire time. Woo! Managed to win, though. And 6 rat tails. That's kind of nice. Rat tails, actually, I think, are used in the Cure Disease potion. Yeah, they are. Rats are so ubiquitously despised throughout the Empire that certain merchants will pay a bounty for their tails, as will certain alchemists. Let's heal the wounded. And we cannot interact with this. What does this look like to us? Either a really long mouth with 2 sets of eyes and some sort of like horns coming off the top, or 4 breasts, some arms, tubular arms, missing hands, something that looks like a neck. I won't say what this looks like. Yeah, probably the second of those, isn't it? Now, I don't know what reticular energy is in this world. I reached chapter 4 and still was not sure what it was referring to, as a heads up. I spotted something. Some brandy. We'll take it. And let's go back to... Oh, first... Cat is some distance away from leveling up, so we should use a Cure Disease potion if we can. But I don't think we have one. I don't see one here. So let's see if we can make them. Let's think. So, Cure Disease. That would be the rat tails. And then I don't remember what else it takes. Star Spawn. And Glowmints. Oh, she made one of it? Oh, so we had 2 already. Okay. Then we don't need another. Actually, let's make 1 more. So we have 1 for each of us if necessary. We might not be near the apparatus required to create the potions in the future. I didn't even see these. Alright, there you go, Cat. No longer diseased. We are not yet done, though, exploring these tunnels. So we can't get this chest. I guess we should unstealth ourselves and look around a bit more from the areas we were at earlier. Just to make sure we didn't miss anything else. We did not. Alright, let's go exploring for a bit. Check up here first. Nothing. This game, by the way, I'm gonna refer to another game. Refer to a different game I played a long time ago. Because in this game I sometimes gain like bugs that I don't remember picking up. I thought for sure this game would have leeches in the water that we would gain in our inventory. And slowly we would lose wounds or vitality from having them in there after like several turns of not noticing. There was a game called Unepic that had that mechanic, and I absolutely loved it. What a fantastic idea for a creature. You just run around, you pick them up, they're on you, you have to open up your inventory and get rid of them. That was a fantastic platformer. If it was an underwater tunnel, then sticking to the water will probably lead us to it. But that means we should investigate this spot first. and an alternate entrance or exit to this place. I knew this was here in the last video, viewer. Remember again that I've reached chapter 4. But I will not be taking the things I know exist. That would be a little too cheesy. Maybe. Of course, I have only been here... Oh, twice before. Our stealth just went down. So there's something around the corner here. Crabs. Oh, and I walked into them and lost my stealth, so some of them are active. I think... Oh no, not alert. None of them are alert. It looks like we should be able to move across this. And Roland could move back, I suppose, if I feel it's necessary. We're going first before all of them, actually, so we can make up our mind about that next turn. Okay, let's start. Cat's up first, so she'll walk up and backstab. We'll move ourselves up 2, try to kill this one. Not. Cat can probably kill that one next turn, so we'll hit a big one with Roland. These things are heavily armored. -5 damage. That's right, it's soaked. Yeah, 5 points of damage. Wow, Tim. Cat, can you finish it? Yes, you can. I probably should use Bear Strength on us. Oh, wow, but that was a wonderful critical hit. All right, I'm glad I didn't. Let's try to finish this one off with Roland. Cat, focus on this one, because you and... Wow, we're getting lucky backstabs. I don't know how... Oh, because it's flanked. Gotcha. Ooh, 15 damage on Cat. I'm going to disengage her. We'll move down to get in the way. Good. Cat finishes off that one. And 5 more kite. We leveled up! Both Roland and Trimus. So let's minor lay on hands. Can we do that again? We can. And now we level up and we'll restore all of our mana, or rather attunement, on Trimus. 3 points to place. Where do we want these? We said we're going sword and board, right? We absolutely are, because we've got that defender's sword. So I'm going to grab some shield training then. And we'll take Phalanx. Phalanx. Phalanx gives you +1 more dodge if you are adjacent to a friendly and have a shield equipped. You can have multiple points in Phalanx. There's another down here, which will increase that by another, I think, +1? +1 per ally up to the maximum. Okay, so I'd have to be near 2 people if I have Phalanx a 2nd rank. Yes, okay. So I get only 1 +1 with 1 point in it. And if I ever want a +2 with it, I need the 2nd point in it, or rather another 3 ranks put in Shield Expert. And I would also need to be adjacent to 2 people to benefit from that. Okay. Right, we get to save it. In this game, I do tend to be fighting side by side most of the time. It's helpful to stop yourself from being flanked by enemies, and I've discovered that I don't like throwing my characters out into the middle of combat for try to get a quick kill, as I've lost characters that way. So, Phalanx is useful. I like the ability. And Roland also has leveled up. I'm still not sure what I want to take with him, weapon-wise yet. So I guess we'll still go down two-handed expert, because at the end of the day, I want him still using two-handed weapons. He grabs more heavy weapon damage, +1 more, and +1 more to hit with heavy weaponry. Okay, let's go. We have chest. Locked, unsurprising, but we can pick it. And we did. Thank you, cat. Large shield of thievery. Well, this is interesting. So a large shield would be better than our current shield here, giving a +1 more dodge, but Trimus isn't really good at the whole stealing things, being a paladin and all. So Cat, though, can use a shield. Nothing stops her from doing so. So now she'll have +6 total dodge, and gets +1 more to her thievery. That's wonderful. And it being a magic item means that was once again random. I believe that I can't think of a single magic item that I have found where I wasn't pleased to see it. Every single item has proven useful in some regard, even if it's just plus a saving throw item. Generally, the weapons will be better than what you're using, unless you have all magic weapons anyway. And the armor will also be the same, so it's always a welcome thing to find. Ah, and that must be the way down. You find yourself at the opening of a narrow underwater tunnel and wonder how long you can hold your breath. Do you dive in? Alright, let's leave at the moment. I want to take a look at my character's, I think, athletics score. 3 for Cat, 5 for Roland, and 1 for us. Let's check this. I think the amount of time you can hold your breath down below is either based on your survival or athletics skill. This is a textual maze that you will have to navigate. I, hear the paper, have it drawn. so I know where to go and how this maze is laid out. It is not terribly big, and you hopefully won't get lost. But just because I'm paranoid about that, I definitely made a map. Let's do this. Dive into the tunnel. Oh wait, Cat is selected though. Let's have... You know what? We'll have Cat start. Dive into the tunnel. In the faint bioluminescence of the cave's bizarre underwater flora, you make out 3 passages. North and east takes you further into the cave system, whilst west leads back to the surface. Ironically, or perhaps coincidentally, I mentioned not doing any metagaming earlier. Like, I knew this one entrance existed, but I didn't take it because I felt like that would be too gamey. But I'm going to use this map to help me, rather than remap it, as it were. Alright, so let's swim north to start. A bend where the tunnel leads east or south. Sharp limpet-like growths cover the wall. You take care not to cut yourself as you squeeze past. 7 rounds of oxygen remaining. We'll swim east, and south moves us back to the entrance choice. This chamber is flat, with a low ceiling, and 3 tunnels leading north, east, and west. 6 rounds of oxygen remaining. Swim east. This chamber is bathed in a greenish glow coming from the eastern tunnel that leads to the surface. The western exit leads deeper into the cave system. Well, I hear surface. Let's swim east. You break the surface and emerge into an alien world. The air is stale and damp, and the walls are so covered in algae and fungus, they almost appear to writhe. Something down here, the dagger supposedly, is calling to people. No hostiles here. So it looks like two corpses on a table. They almost look like they're sleeping. But we see this strange whirl here again, this time in red. Oddly shaped stalagmites here too. You enter into a larger chamber ahead, and the temperature drops noticeably. As the swirling dust and ghostly vapors subside, you make out the intimidating form of an ancient carved monolith. Painted on its face, you can make out the crude shape of a red spiral. Carefully arranged before the monolith lies two diminutive, desiccated corpses, and along the edges of the chamber stand strange urns of unknown design. The chamber has an aura of age beyond comprehension, and your head begins to spin as you realize that you may be the first to set foot in it for millennia. You shouldn't be here, Cat whispers behind you. I don't know if I agree with that, Cat. We should be wherever it is we are at the time. I messed it up. Who cares, Tim? Looks like there's one thing we can interact with. That's the left-hand corpse or clay figure on that tablet. Two desiccated corpses lie carefully placed on a carved stone slab. There is a deliberateness in their arrangement that gives a strong impression of forgotten secrets and ancient rituals. Scattered about the corpses are several strange-looking metal instruments. We have both Healing 5 and Lore plus 5, so let's look at the corpses first. The dead stare indignantly at you with empty eye sockets as you examine their naked forms. You find several lesions on them, no doubt caused by the strange instruments that surround them. As you look more closely, it becomes clear to you that these are not the incisions that are commonly associated with the removal of organs for embalming. In fact, from what you can tell, the corpse's organs are still intact. The ritual seems to have served another purpose, though what you cannot possibly guess. So no real information gained, other than something was done to the corpses, and it wasn't done to preserve them. Or rather, it wasn't done to preserve organs for embalming. Well, let's use our lore. Examine the instruments. Carefully brushing away dust and cobwebs, you survey the oddly shaped instruments. Their shapes vary from small blades to hooks and other stranger forms. Even a cursory examination reveals that these instruments were likely used on the corpses, but as far as you can tell, they do not seem to be embalming tools. Instead, they seem more like primitive imitations of the tools Imperial surgeons use. So removing the organs then, well, isn't that what, I got the impression that's what the embalming did, that they would take out the organs and embalm those? Is that the way that works? I know nothing about corpse preparation or preservation. Despite going to college at one point. I went to Mercer County Community College many decades ago. And there was a embalming, I want to say school there, but you could learn how to do that there. They were very strict on who was allowed to actually get into those courses. You had to be referred to them by someone in that industry already in order to take those courses. Too many people, I think, would want to go there for less than savory purposes, I suppose. Since they did use real bodies, if I remember correctly. As you stand there pondering the strange scene before you, your eyes fall on a small wooden box. Examine the box. The weathered box crumbles as you touch it, revealing an ancient knife of exquisitely carved greenish stone. With trembling hands, you pick it up, and for a moment the air around you seems to become charged with eldritch energies. Sounds die down, and your nostrils fill with the metallic tinge of ozone. No doubt this is the object Matthias, the lighthouse keeper, asked you to retrieve. Sickly, wet, bubbling sounds snap you back into focus. All around you, the clay jars begin to stir, and then, one after another, they burst with loud cracks as a thick substance pours from them. To your horror, the viscous substance begins to move of its own volition towards you. Slimes. Or oozes, and they're acidic. They're vulnerable to electricity and fire, but we don't do any of that. They're resistant to blunt, piercing, and slashing damage or weapons. They can't be crit, they're immune to all mind-influencing things, and they cannot be feared away. They are slow, a little tricky to hit, and hit very often for decent amounts of damage. Cat's up first. Do we split into groups, and then all three of them are going? How fast do they move? They move 2, and then they have to. Then they can attack. So 1, 2, 3. So we want to be like. We want to be like this. This one can't reach us. Well, it can get close to us, but can't attack us. And this one, nor this one can do so either. So we'll effectively get a free round. Let's start. Cat's up first. So I'm going to hold her action rather than shoot, because this creature will move up, hopefully here, and be flanked by us. It may move here instead, which may make me decide to move Trimus around. Actually, with the knowledge of what I just said, I think we will shoot it. Okay, and it moved directly in between us, which is where I wanted it to go. Let's try killing this one. Actually, hold a second. They do acidic damage. Do we have any potions of acidic resistance or immunity? We have immunity one. Let's drink it. And we can still act. Perfect. I'll use a bear strength on her. No. We'll just attack. Oh, but they can still poison us. Is that right? Weak poison. So poison can be removed like bleeding can be, and it does weak damage to us. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. We injured its leg. Take that, slime. Let's see. Is that even present on it? Oh, okay. No, it is not. Okay, very good. I also don't quite know how you flank a slime. Cat can't move at the moment. We'll hold to the end of the turn. And we are completely immune to the damage these things do. That's really phenomenal. I used Bear Strength already? No, I did not. So I will cast it anyway. We cascaded, so we get another action. And then we'll attack. Arguably, I should just have Trimus tank these things, while Cat and Roland do nothing. Oh, and you know what? I'll just stand here. No, we'll move over here. And Trimus gains +1 dodge thanks to Phalanx. I think that was supposed to be a critical hit, but we just resisted it. The poison is hurting us a tiny bit. I don't know if it will continue to go after Trimus or it might target Cat, but I'm going to come up here and attack anyway. Okay, we can heal after combat. Oh, it just pointed that out to me. You can't backstab a slime. Very good. It's got no forward facing. Good job, team. We get 4 protoplasmas and $7. We took their lunch bunny. Let's go look at that protoplasma. Whilst this jelly-like substance may look harmless, its properties have been known to create potions just as acidic as the creature it comes from. Do not, under any circumstances, ingest. We can use this in potions of acid resistance. I guess we can go back to the lab and see if we can make one of those later. And the ancient dagger. Melee, light blade, piercing, magical, enchanted. +3 act. You know what? Let's look at cat really quick. It does almost 3 times the damage of Cat's dagger with +2 accuracy. An ancient dagger carved from a strange greenish stone. It looks almost ritual, and you suspect that it might be of some value to someone with the right interest. We will use it. And... oh, was this a hood, by the way? That's a hood. I'm going to make an executive decision and not complete this quest. I don't know actually what happens if you bring the dagger back and turn it into Matthias. I didn't do it with my group when I was playing this game, when I got into Chapter 4 earlier. And I'm not going to do it now either. That dagger is amazing. That's a great dagger for Cat, who really wants extra accuracy. And the crit on that is great too, right? It's a 3-point-something crit? Yeah, 3.1 crit. It's the only thing it doesn't, that's not better at than the normal dagger is the crit rate. So yeah, we definitely want that dagger on her. Poor Roland doesn't have anything magical yet. We'll have to save up for him in the future. Can we interact with this now? If I use healing now, does anything, do I learn anything new? No, we do not. Okay. I never tried to interact with the corpse a second time either earlier. Good thing we found that as an immunity just a little bit ago, too. That proved really useful down here. I am a fan of using consumables, using buff spells, and everything of that sort in any games that have them. And in this game, we will... I guess we'll do a little bit of meta speak at the moment. The game will give you a great amount of ingredients to craft potions. The potions you make will not be of any medium variety, though. We cannot make any potions of immunity, for example, and we will not be able to make medium or greater tonics. That said, you still can make a ton of potions in this game, and I won't hesitate to use even stronger ones if I feel they're needed, rather than waiting around for some sort of emergency that never materializes. Alright, let's get back to the other side of the cave now with Roland. Dive into the tunnel. No, okay, so it's 8 rounds of oxygen no matter who you're using. Alright, let's swim east. Sorry, west. The chamber is flat, with a low ceiling and 3 tunnels leading north, east, and west. We went east last time we were here. We can go west to go back, but what's to the north? Let's see. The walls of this bulbous chamber are pockmarked, with a dozen smaller tube-like holes leading deeper into the bedrock. As you contemplate the folly of sticking your hand into one of them, an eel-like creature darts from one of the holes and bites into your flesh with tiny, razor-sharp fangs. You utter an underwater scream of pain and terror, but before you can act further, the creature has retreated back into one of the holes, some south. And you lose a round down here when that happens. We can still make it out, though. Let's continue to go west. South. And then west and out of this place. You break free of the you break the surface and find yourself back in the cave system where you started. For all its bleakness, you nonetheless feel a sense of relief at returning to this area. Took 1 damage on Roland, not too terrible. Let's head back down there again. There's still more to explore. Up to the tunnel. So we went north last time. West leads us out. Let's go east. A large dome chamber. Writing seaweed. Writing? Probably supposed to be writhing. Writhing seaweed covers the floor and reaches up towards you like groping tentacles. You shudder as one of the slimy tendrils brush your skin. Wow, I messed up all three of those words. 3 tunnels lead out of this chamber: east, west, and south. South. The bioluminescence is so faint in this chamber that you almost fail to spot the tunnels leading north and east. East. Suspended in the middle of this chamber is the corpse of a young man. His features are softened by the sickly glow of the algae growing here, but there was no mistaking the mask of terror that froze on his face as he drowned. This must have been the guy who was down here with the smugglers. He gave in, went down here, didn't pick the right direction, and wasn't blessed by the gods to have enough oxygen to get back out of this location, or just got lost, I suppose, down here. I've heard it's very difficult. If you end up in a watery area, you can be discombobulated very easily. Especially because you're moving around down there generally in like 3-dimensional space. And getting lost and then confused can be... It happens. I remember hearing a story... no, let's not talk anymore. Do we examine the corpse? I think so. Fully rummaging through the poor fellow's belongings, you try not to think about your own dwindling air supply. In a pouch on his belt, you find a handful of coins and a key. Now you've lingered too long already, you must move on. Let's go north. The tunnel narrows somewhat here before opening up into a slightly larger chamber with 2 exits, west and south. West. We're back to the seaweed, west again. We're about to run out of oxygen, but we have just enough to go west and out of the tunnel. And that's it, viewer. That's that underwater maze. We didn't have to go to the eel. I knew the eel was there. But this will be the last time I talk like this. But I think it's kind of cool, and I like the graphic for it. I thought that was an amazing looking picture when the eel attacks us. I'll try to remember to use that as the thumbnail for the picture, for this video. And we've been playing for about an hour, viewer. I think we'll continue to explore this cave. And maybe we'll do a little looking for the treasure. Oh, actually we have more monsters. I just walked up here without even thinking about it, and now we're in trouble. Oh, okay. We're gonna go for it. We fight. Those who fight. These crabs are very dangerous. Rot crabs. They can spit acid at a distance. Every 2 turns, they can spit acid. It does a good amount of damage, too. This probably is what I wanted to save my acid immunity potion for. And maybe we should have made some acid resistance potions first before I did what I did, but it's too late. We've walked into this now. Technically, we don't know what these were. We know they're a different type of crab, but that's all we knew. Now, we're going first for any of them. Roland goes here, Cat goes here, Moose goes here, and we'll start. Alright, well, we can get this one. It's currently sleeping, or, yeah, resting, playing video games on his handheld. Let's move up here and try to kill it as quick as we can. Cat, hopefully, can... Well, she will backstab it. Maybe she can crit it. Good backstab. We can probably kill it next round. Yeah, we'll kill it next round. I think we move up a little bit. And we'll use Bear Strength on Roland. Actually, we'll use Bear Strength on... Yeah, on Roland. Can Roland kill it? Wow, he can. Note that the thing exploded upon death. It releases acid in an area around it when killed. have anything that will help here. Not for you, at least. Let's move 1, 2, switch to your bow, and shoot the closest one. Our turn. We move up, and we'll use a Blessing Touch on ourselves. Roland charges in. Charge +2. Once again, charge increases your chance to hit. Let's shoot with Cat. Actually, we'll move Cat. Oh, we'll move Cat around a little bit. We need to heal ourselves a tiny bit. That's our entire action, though. Stop. Let's instead use a potion. Lesser Tonic of Vitality, which consumes our movement, but not our action. They're poisonous, so we're getting lesser poison applied to ourselves. Ugh. I think we'll use another tonic. Let's move down 1 with Roland, because we can then flank this with Cat. What's the range on Hammer of Light? Adjacent, not diagonal. Alright, so no. Oh, Cat took wound damage. Alright, we're gonna need to rest after this. Let's get a little bit of distance and shoot this with Cat. Oh, wow, we're taking lots of hits. Roland can get adjacent to it, so... But I think we're going to be in trouble if I don't heal myself. So we have to. Nasty battle. Poor Kite. Okay, we can heal a little bit. We are going to go and rest, so we should heal Cat. I'm not expecting to bump into any more trouble, but I didn't expect to bump into this room either. Everyone gets healed. Okay, we got some cave childs here. And a chest. Use our thievery to pick. 8 gold and a silver necklace. Not really very much in that one. The silver necklace is worth $30. A necklace that can be sold for a few coins. A large rusty key, by the way, that we found in that corpse, that seems like it would open a chest or some other container. You found it on a drowned corpse beneath the lighthouse. Well, we do know where there's another chest. It didn't open this one, that's for sure. But we'll explore more. We haven't explored up, but we're wounded with Cat. So in the next episode, we can come back down here and do that. It did unlock this chest. And we find... Oh, you're kidding me. That's amazing. Alright. We're gonna get 100 gold. 3 lesser tonics of vitality. This is a two-handed sword. Masterwork two-hander of defense. Well, viewer, it's probably decided then that's going to be swords for Roland. Because we just got a weapon that... A two-handed weapon. Yeah, it's going to be swords. Or... Probably swords. Probably swords. So, +1 accuracy. He doesn't have any accuracy currently. It does +1 more damage than his current weapon. It crits at a +50% more damage. And it increases his dodge by 1. I guess overall, this is not like a... It's a good weapon. It's better than what he's got, so absolutely we're equipping it. But it's... Actually, what's funny is that this would be a good weapon for a paladin, but we just took some shield points. I suppose we could just say, okay, whatever, we're using shields at the moment, but we'll stop. We won't put any more into shields, and maybe we'll go down two-handed later. I guess that's a thing we could do. I'll think about it. This feels like a good paladin weapon too, because of defense. But at the moment, anyway, I'm babbling too much. Better damage, a little bit more accuracy, and has some sort of other perk. It's better than his current sword at the end of the day, no matter what. So we're definitely equipping it. Alright, let's go and make a few potions. So we used... Oh, we have 8? Oh, we have 8 lesser vitality potions still, so we don't... I like having 10 of them total on me. But we only have 1? We have 1 Legionnaire's Rest left. No, we don't need another one of those. We will try to make the acid resistance now, though. We have 4 protoplasmas. Cure poison, cure disease, strength, attunement, bless, speed, regeneration, disease, not what we want, disease regeneration, electric resistance, cure poison, acid resistance. Oh, wait, do we only have 2 of it? I thought we had a 3rd ingredient. Oh, I don't! Sorry about this, I need to double check really quick. Oh, so I couldn't have made it anyway. We're missing whatever else we need to make it. Bless, vitality, stone, skin. Yeah, we can't make it. Darn it! Alright, then that earlier talk about possibly coming here first and making resistance potions doesn't help us at all. Really quick, I'm looking to see if I can make a regeneration one. I don't think I gained the 3rd thing I need for that. Oh! We can make one of them. Oh, I already had the recipe. I'm stupid. Okay. Sorry about that, viewers. Okay, well, viewers, we're going to stop here, I think. Let's go ahead and just sleep first before we do so, because let me show you one more thing. If you are wounded, if you suffered any wound damage, I do not believe that character will be able to do whatever task you are giving them. So in this case, for example, Cat has fletching here. Watch what happens when we rest our party. Cat is too heavily wounded to work. Not allowed to do that. Okay, alright guys, that will end it for us. Thank you guys for watching, and I will maybe see you in the next one. We'll explore more of the area beneath the lighthouse, and then start looking for that treasure. I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.